My name is Amanda Burr, and I'm here to tell you a story about how God was my refuge. There's been many times throughout my life where God has been my refuge, but the instance that comes most recently to mind is on May 8th of 2014, where God intervened during a car accident that I was in. I was driving home, or back to Stevens Point, from Wisconsin Rapids, and a lady ended up pulling out in front of me while I was going through an intersection. My car hit her straight on, and after that, everything was kind of a blur. But I had some witnesses, it wasn't my fault, she ended up pulling out in front of me because I couldn't quite remember and everything. And just the whole thing itself was a miracle, because if I had been that much sooner, she would have hit me passenger side, and it would have been a completely different outcome. Who knows what would have happened, but I hit her straight on, straight on. And my airbag actually didn't deploy until after the accident was done. Now, some people might say that wouldn't be a good thing, but in my case it was, because a lot of times the airbag can cause a lot of more harm than good. So it was actually a good thing in my case. But even though the airbag didn't deploy, I felt something stop me. I did not hit the steering wheel, I didn't lurch forward, something stopped me. And I equate that to God, so it had to be Him. And there's been so many blessings that come from this. I've been able to pay off my student loans because of this accident, which wouldn't have been possible without it. I was able to get a car that I wanted and desired. Even though it wasn't something I needed, God was able to provide me. So even though I went through this, I think that's the great thing about God being your refuge. It's not just about Him having you as a shelter. If you think of a house, you're going to have storms. There's going to be things that happen in your life. There's no guarantee that you're not going to have damage to your house. There's no guarantee that, the whole structure might collapse, but the foundation will always be there. And that's the great thing, how God is your refuge. And plus, He can redo everything. Anything that is destroyed, He can rebuild from scratch if need be. Whether you're the one doing it or other circumstances, it's totally possible through Him. Due to a car accident, I was facing tragedy, but then I found a refuge.